T-minus
10, 9, countdown
8,
with me,
7,
folks.
6,
Come on.
5, 4,
Come on.
3,
Come on.
2,
Come on. Come
1,
on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
0.
Come on.
Ignition.
We got this.
Liftoff.
Maybe we need a little magic.
Liftoff. 30 minutes.
There it is. Come on, baby. Get off the ground. Get moving. Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's the show with no name. Let's go. All right, amigos, welcome aboard, welcome one, welcome all. It's the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. I hope you guys are excited about your daily English class, your magical class. And why is it magical? Because you guys bring the magic day in, day out. Día tras día. Day in, day out. And you guys do a wonderful job. You are what I would call model students. So give yourselves a nice round of applause. Before we get started, folks, because you deserve it, you've been kicking ass and taking names. Arrasando. And I know you're ready to do it all over again today. And I imagine that you guys are nice and warm. Nice and es bastante. Nice and. I imagine you're nice and warm now because you've been with my buddy Fitz for the last hour on his program, No Excuses. You can catch Fitz every day at 9:30 a.m. But if you can't tune in live, you can listen wherever you get your podcasts. That's iVox, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Also the same place you can get FYI for your English, which is my self-produced podcast. And this week, we are going on a cruise, ladies and gentlemen. We are going on a cruise. I also wanted to remind you guys that the 22nd of September, this month, 2023, Vaughn has an open house in all of our different centers all over Spain. And where are we located? Well, let this guy tell you. Hey there, it's Alberto Alonso, the host of the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And I just want to welcome you back to the grind, la vuelta al cole. But it doesn't have to be boring. It can be tons of fun, divertidísimo. At Vaughn, we believe learning must be fun. It must be exciting and also dynamic. We've got Vaughn centers all over Spain. You can visit our offices in Santander, Bilbao, Zaragoza, Valladolid, Valencia, Vigo, Barcelona, and, of course, in Madrid. Stop by. We'd love to meet you. You can also stop by our website, grupovaughn.com, or give us a call, 911-385831. Again, that's 911-385831. And feel free to stop by our website for more information. It's grupovaughn.com. So on behalf of all my amigos, let me welcome you back. We missed you. Now let's get back to work. All right, folks, that's right. Let's get back to work, back to the grind. I don't like that, though. Back to the grind sounds negative. So that's why I said back to work, amigos, because we have tons of fun here. But just a quick reminder, folks, the 22nd, if you're in one of our cities, Bilbao, Valladolid, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Santander, Vigo, and Madrid, we'll be doing an open house from 4 to 7 p.m. You can register online. That means go to our website, grupovon.com, or follow us on social media for more information. And once you register, you'll get my book, an abridged version of my book. This book is the milk, which is called This Book is the Mini Milk. Free, complimentary, as we say. You'll also be entered in a raffle, un sorteo, a drawing or a raffle, as we say. And in that raffle, you'll be able to win tons of awesome Vaughn prizes. Plus, there will be level tests, sample classes, and more importantly, you'll get to meet your amigos at Vaughn. I know in Madrid, for example, Fitz is definitely going to be there. So make sure you stop by. If you want more information, check it out on our website, grupovon.com, or on social media. So mark your calendars, September 22nd. Also, mark your calendars for October 4th. Kyle Miller will be hosting a Vaughn Radio Trivia Night free event, another free event. And you can win prizes there, too. That's October 4th. It's at 8 p.m. at Roll Madrid. Roll Madrid. It's Calle de Amaniel 23. In English, we put the number first. 23 Amaniel Street. And I'm hosting on November 1st. So I'm thinking about, since it's All Saints Day and it's the day after Halloween, I'm thinking about doing it like, horror themed. The Addams Family, Dracula, things like that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I still have plenty of time to prepare. So, folks, if you're in any of our cities, stop by our open house on the 22nd. If you're in Madrid, stop by our Vaughn Radio Trivia Night, October 4th, October 4th, and then again, November 1st, where I will host. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you there, amigos. It's tons of fun. Also, let's check out our question of the week.
Question of the week.
Charge! That's right, my amigos. Question of the week is tomorrow. So if you haven't participated yet, today is your last day. I don't admit anybody handing it in, entregándolo, on Friday. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Friday, I'm working on Monday's script. So Friday morning, I'm already out of Friday. I'm on Monday. My head is ahead. My head is ahead. Va adelantado. Also, because Friday is a day where, of course, I have a very busy day. And so I usually have class before the show with No Name. So I don't have a lot of time to work on stuff. I usually like to have Friday's show finished and ready to go by Thursday evening. So you have until this evening to send us a voice note. And you have to tell us something you would change about yourself. Okay? Something you would change about yourself. And then the second part of the question, why not start today? And a nice round of applause for Jaime, also Kubla, and Laura, who have already participated, and we'll be hearing from them tomorrow. That's really exciting, folks. It's the question of the week, and we're going to do some soul searching this week. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to answer too. So I'm not going to try and dodge the question, esquivar. La pregunta. I will be answering what I can improve, where I want to improve the most, and my plan. Why not start today? So, my amigos, you have the rest of the day. Send me a 1-minute voice note. Don't go over a minute. You should be able to explain it in a minute. Always introduce yourself. Hey, it's blah, blah, blah. No matter how many times, it's always good. Hey, it's blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to say, blah, 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 answer the question and a shout out, a quick shout out. And you can do that in 1 minute. You can do it on your phone and you can send it to my email address. Now, jot this down. It's Alonso at grupovon.com. All right, amigos. And I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. But right now, it's time for our pop quiz. Come on. Pop quiz. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. That's right, amigos. That's right. It's our pop quiz over here. And today it's coming out of my fourth? I lost track. Yeah, I think my fourth book. Yeah, let's see. English Everywhere. This book is the milk. This book is the remilk. Yes, my fourth book. It's crazy when you lose track. English on the Go, which is an odyssey. Odisea, you say the same thing. And I take you to 30 different English-speaking cities, and I teach you English in those cities. The book comes with audio, lots of different voices and accents, dialects. We also look at slang from different cities, so stuff that you'll hear in Denver, Colorado that you won't hear in New York City. So a lot of those cultural things that I really love. It's called English on the Go. Aprende Inglés viajando por el mundo. You can pick it up at the Von Tienda, vontienda.com, and it is chock full of different exercises. And it's very useful. It's fun. It's, I think you're going to enjoy it if you haven't gotten it, especially if you're somebody who has itchy feet. Siempre tienes ganas de viajar. We say you have itchy feet. So today we're going to go to Chicago, baby. I love Chicago, an amazing city. And we look at some of the local lingo here. So, for example, in Chicago, they don't say the, they say da. The Bears, the Bulls. What's your favorite team? I love the Bears, the Bulls. There's a very famous Saturday Night Live sketch with Mike Myers. Even Michael Jordan was in one of them, where they talk about the Bears. If you go to YouTube and Google the Bears, the Bears or the Bulls, SNL, Saturday Night Live, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're kind of mocking. Okay, they're exaggerating it, but they really do sound like that. So we look at that kind of stuff that sounds a little bit different. I mean, I remember I had a friend from Chicago in high school, and it wasn't just the choice of words. It was also the way and the pronunciation, but the speed, the cadence. So I remember, let me try and imitate Jeff. Jeff used to say, "Wow, man, that's really cool. I've never seen it." Like, it was a very, very different cadence, a very different rhythm than mine. And Chicago is an awesome city. It's where the blues got plugged in. That's right, where they plugged in the blues. So the blues was played on acoustic guitars until they got to Chicago, and they're like, plug that thing in, man, let her rip. And obviously when we plugged in and got the electric blues, what did that lead to? Rock and roll, baby. That's right. All right. So today we're going to look at estar o ser. Está mal visto. So I explain the expression here in the chapter, and then we look at a couple idiomatic expressions with estar mal visto. So what I want you guys to tell me is this. Fijar la mirada en ese país, en mi país, vamos a cambiarlo. Porque es verdad, en mi país. Fijar la mirada a alguien o mirar firmemente a alguien está mal visto en mi país. Está mal visto en mi país fijar la mirada a alguien, ¿ok? O sea, que mirarle a alguien durante mucho tiempo, más que un segundo, que es una miradita. When it's uncomfortable for the other person, eso. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's your translation. Let's see if you know this. Estar mal visto. And let's see if you get the structure right as well. And I see we've got so many amigos joining us here on board. I imagine a lot of you guys have the book English on the Go. Well, I know you guys. You're the jet set. You love to travel. And the good thing about this book is you can travel from the comfort of your sofa. That's right. I'll take you to all these amazing places on an English adventure. Let's go on into our chat room and see who's on board. David says, good morning. Good morning to you, David. Front row center. En primera fila y en el centro. Morning, guys, says Born to Iron Man. Good morning to you, sir. Chris Valrol, there she is. She says, morning, Alberto and mates. What's up, Chris? Great to have you, as always. Laura in the house, as they say in Chicago, right? And she says, good morning, beautiful show with no-namers. Let's spend 2 magical hours together. Let's do it. I'm in, Laura. ML Rosellon says, good morning, show with no-namer crew. What's up, ML Rosellon? Great to have you on board. Let's see. Vero's in the house. And she says, morning, beautiful show with no-namers / warriors around the universe. What's up, Vero? And welcome to you. It's always great to have you with us. There's Kubla. What's up, Kubla? Kubla says, good morning, outstanding folks. Make no bones about it. No te equivoques. Make no bones about it. Que quede claro. I'm going to give it the old college try. Voy a intentar. Excellent. Well, that's what I expect from all of you. You don't have to know everything, but you've got to at least try. All right, let's see. Vero taking a stab at our pop quiz. And Vero says, staring at someone is frowned upon in my country. Staring at someone is frowned upon in my country. Does that sound right to you guys? Sounds right to me. Sounds perfect. You can say frowned upon or frowned on. Same thing. Upon is like a formal on. Pero suena bien con upon, right? So staring at someone is frowned upon. And what is a frown? Well, a frown is the sad face, right? So when we were younger and the teacher wanted to tell us, hey, cheer up, anímate, smile, they would say this rhyming sentence. Turn that frown upside down. Dale la vuelta a ese ceñir el fruncir el zuño. I don't know. You know what I mean. the sad face. Why are you frowning? So if it's frowned upon, no ponen buena cara cuando lo ven, right? Makes sense. If you know what a frown is, okay, so staring at someone is frowned upon in my country. And great also there, Vero, because, claro, en español, fijar la mirada es infinitivo, pero en inglés es gerundio. But Vero knew it. And also, Vero, you didn't say starring. So 3 little places where we could have had difficulty, and you didn't. So great job. Because I've seen a lot of people mix up starring. Have you seen the new movie starring Harrison Ford? Eso es 2 R's. Staring es una. Y la preposición perfecta también. Wow, Vero. All right, Kubla. Oh, no, Laura. Laura's next. Laura says, staring at someone is frowned upon in my country. You got it, Laura. Excellent job. Kubla. Staring is frowned upon in my country. Absolutely. Chris Valrol going for the totally native. Staring is frowned upon in my neck of the woods. Right? Staring is frowned upon in my neck of the woods. In mi zona. Kubla says, to frown upon is fruncir el ceño. Nope. No, it's not what I said. To frown is that. To frown upon is estar mal visto. Careful with what you put in the group, guys, because I don't want to mislead people and give them the wrong thing. So think of frown upon as the phrasal verb. Okay? Pero frown a secas es fruncir el ceño. Okay? Frown upon is ser mal visto. To be frowned upon, para ser exacto. So just be careful with what you put there, just because we don't want to mislead anyone. All right, there's Leo. Leo says, hello, friends. Double A, I see that as Johnny B. Good's mother once said, maybe one day your name will be in lights. Oh, yeah. I only had to pay about 100 euros, but there it is. Thank you. Thanks for noticing my neon lights over there. Well, it's not really neon. Believe me, neon makes a lot of noise. I don't know if you guys have ever been near a neon sign. You couldn't do a radio show next to one. I had, the reason I know is at my college dorm, en mi universidad, en el dormitorio, no, en, bueno, donde te quedas, donde duermes, tu habitación, que compartes. And I remember I had a Budweiser, a neon Budweiser sign. My uncle stole it from a bar. Yeah, when he was a teenager or something. And he kept it and he gave it to me. And it was awesome because the whole room would look like red. It gave the room an awesome ambiance. Now, it made a sound like zzz, like a constant buzzing sound. So neon, it's cool. It's not practical. I think these are nowadays made with LED. You say LED. We don't. We say LED lights. So thanks, Leo. Let's enjoy today's show. That's the right attitude right there, buddy. And there's our friend Nihad checking in as well. Nihad says, good morning, my best people. Good morning to you too, Nihad. It's great to read all your names and to have you all on board with us. Also, nobody gave me this one, but another one is it's looked down on. So staring is looked down on. So to be frowned upon or to be looked down on. Okay? And what I would do in that case, if you have synonyms, put both of them there. Right? In your notebook. Do you have a notebook? You'd better have a notebook. I mean, this is an English class. You plan to remember all the stuff that we look at every day here on the show? Well, then you've got definitely got better memory than I have. Man, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Oh, wait. Today I skipped breakfast. Me salté el desayuno. I skipped it. Yeah, I wasn't too hungry. Well, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, and we have to go to a commercial break. I can't believe it, folks. We have zipped through the first part of the show. We'll be right back with part 2. So, stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name. And remember, if you missed the show one day, you can always catch us wherever you listen to podcasts. That's iVox, and special thanks to iVox, by the way. iVox did a write-up, an article, and they recommended FYI. Now, Show with No Name has been very popular for many years, which is awesome. So now I've got to get FYI up there. And sometimes, a lot of times, guys, FYI is in the top 20 in Spain, sometimes top 50. The key with podcasts, as far as I know, I'm no expert, it's got to be in the top 200 to be seen, or else you're not in their charts. And FYI is not only in the top 200, sometimes it's in the top 50 or the top 20. So thank you. That's thanks to you guys. Show with No Namers, FYIers. And you're going to love this week's episode. Some of you might have even heard it. If you're in my community, you've got both episodes already. You can get early access. This week, we're going on a cruise. And the Show with No Name? The Show with No Name is a pleasure cruise. What? A pleasure cruise? What is a pleasure cruise? Well, easy. A pleasure cruise is what you would say pan comido, something that is easy or seems effortless. Would you agree? Would you say that the Show with No Name is a pleasure cruise? Okay, sometimes it's tough, but sometimes it's pretty easy. That's just like life. And speaking of tough, guys, you're going to hate me after today's Say What soundbite. Say what? Yeah. Say what soundbite. Say what soundbite. This is going to be one of the hardest ones we've ever looked at. I just want to forewarn you. Prevenidos estáis. You've been forewarned, amigos. To warn es avisar. To forewarn es con antelación. Right? To see is ver. To foresee, prever. There you go. Four, no como cuatro, sino como before. No? Como fore. All right, amigos. I'm going to make you sweat. A la 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 la. A la 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 la. Girl, I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. Looking in your big brown eye. I don't remember the song very well, but you know the one I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, as always, you're going to hear this 4 times, and don't hate me. Honestly, this one was really tough, even for me. But that's great. The tougher it is, the easier it's going to be when you're out there. So if if the Say What soundbite is tough, then when you're out there in the real world, it's going to be like a pleasure cruise, to use that expression that I taught you before. All right, well, folks, is everybody ready? Grab a pen, grab a notebook, and write this down.
I'm quite an insecure person. I'm very insecure about the way I look. So, I mean, I'm a musician. I'm not a model. The more insecure I felt, the more I drink. I don't know. And that's my problem.
All right. Whoa, some dramatic music going on there in the background, right? Definitely some dramatic music. I would say it's a female voice, if you got to ask me, right? And I would say this person, whoo, not the easiest to follow, but many people speak like this person. That's why I'm telling you, not everybody is a clear communicator. Most people aren't, especially, I mean, think about it. Are most people you know in Spain clear communicators? I don't think so. I mean, it's usually a small part of the population that really communicates well. I don't mean communicating. I mean, like, people know exactly what you're feeling or what you want to say. You have zero difficulty getting your point across. Comunicando lo que quieres decir claramente. To get your point across, which is the point of everything. Eso es el grano de todo. If you can get your point across and understand what somebody is saying to you when they're trying to get their point across, you're communicating, baby. And that's what we came to do here, right? Yeah, we need to know the grammar. Yeah. But in the end, what do we need to do? We need to communicate. We need the words to come out of our mouth and without too much effort. Not so, because I've seen people where it's really hard to watch them speak. They're just like, and then, I'm like, this is painful. This is really painful. It's better to just make some mistakes than go, take a deep breath and start over. Y arranca de nuevo. That's my advice. All right. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play it for you a second time. And then I want to hear what you heard in your own words, if you were able to get any of it. You'll have four chances to write it all down. Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm quite an insecure person. I'm very insecure about the way I look. So, I mean, I'm a musician. I'm not a model. The more insecure I felt, the more I drink. I don't know. And that's my problem.
All right, folks. There you go. That's the second listen of today's Say What soundbite. And this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to express yourselves, to get your point across in English. And in the meantime, let me tell you a little bit about Vaughantown. Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughantown, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughantown, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-38 5831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughntown. All right, guys, Vaughntown, one of our star programs. And I've got to tell you guys, I have heard it from students. I have heard it from volunteers, because the natives who go are volunteers. It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Okay, if you can do it twice, great. 3 times, but it is an experience like no other. It's Vaughntown. You can get more information at grupovaughn.com. All right, let's see what you guys came up with in the Say What soundbite. Let's see if your observations were accurate, precisos. The first person to participate is Kubla, and he says, I heard a British girl commenting on some alert that went off, que sonó, when she missed her mother. Apparently, she had a problem and her mom an inebriation issue. Well, I don't know. No, she doesn't say anything about her mom, but yeah, the inebriation thing, yeah. So the inebriation thing is right. The drunkenness, no, lo de beber, that part you got. The mom thing, nope. She doesn't say mom at any point in there. All right, let's see. Leo says she's a British musician. Okay, so you're saying a British accent over there, just like Kubla, who in an interview is saying that the older she became, the more she drank. And she is her problem, and that she is her problem. I hope she didn't hit anyone's dog. Yeah, what we're seeing here in our Say What sound bites lately is alcohol is it's not good. We don't make good decisions. We don't use good judgment when we drink a lot. Right? Is that something we've learned here? Okay, good. Great job, Leo and Kubla. There's Nihad. Nihad says, an English singer talks about herself as having skills and an attractive appearance. Not really, nope. But okay, I asked you what you heard. She likes to drink alcohol. So I guess the clearest part here is that this person is a drinker, right? She is not a mother. For that, because of that, she doesn't feel insecure about some things. There's nothing about mother in there. Again. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. It's not mother. The word that everybody's confused about is not mother. Okay, let's see. Ricardo says, I heard a voice, a female voice, conveying some addiction problem she is suffering from right now. Great, we'll take it. It's short and sweet. Chris Valrol. She says, I heard a British girl who used to be a singer. I could understand a few words that I guess have to do with drinking a lot. But she denied something, and it's not our business. And she says, ha, 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 Leo. Great. Excellent job, Chris. Laura. Let's see what Laura has to say. Laura says, I heard a British lady, a musician, saying something about having a drinking problem, being skilled, and not being a mother. So a lot of you guys heard the word skill and the word mother in there. And I can tell you right now, the word mother and the word skill are not in there. So I told you it was going to be difficult, but guys, excellent job. I'm proud of you guys. And as you know, we're going to hear that an additional 2 times here on the show. So you have 2 more chances to get it all down. But right now, it's time for our Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. That's right, amigos. My daughter asked me the other day, she goes, why do mosquitoes bite and bees sting? Very smart question. She's a smart kid. She's like, wait a second. They're both pains in the asses. Los dos son pesados. And she said to me, why do bees sting and why do mosquitoes bite? And I said, Lara, I have no answer for that. I said, that's incredible. Well, I guess because my answer was simple. I said, well, I guess it's because bees have a stinger. So they have like a little needle, a little stinger. So they don't really bite you. They sting you. And she liked that answer. So what I've realized too is with my daughter, sometimes she asks me questions that I've never thought about. And I have to actually think about it. And then it makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, well, right. So, wow, she keeps me on my toes. Me mantiene espabilado, paying attention at least. All right, well, amigos, today we're going to look at an interesting thing that happened in history, and I'm going to give you guys some information. I'm going to give you some names. Everything has to be capitalized. Let's put it that way. You'll have names. You'll have a date. You'll have a city as well. So this is like detective work today. I'm going to literally give you guys key information. The people who were involved, the date, all that jazz. And you guys have to get all the information down as if you were little detectives or you were working in a court as a stenographer. And you have to get all the information that they're, okay, make a record of it. We got to get every but, right? All of those things. So here we go, my amigos, the spelling bee, and this is round one. This is the lightning round reserved exclusively for superstars. All right. The first one is WILLIAM space MCKINLEY. The next one is PAN-AMERICAN space EXPOSITION. The third one is TEMPLE space MUSIC. The next one is BUFFALO, comma, space NEW space YORK. The fifth one is SEPTEMBER space 6, comma, space 1901. And the sixth one is LEON space CZOLGOSZ. Toma. Wow. That was not an easy one there, my amigos. And I'll give you some time to let it sink in.
Seguro que eres súper friki de Harry Potter y no te has dado cuenta de la cantidad de palabras que has aprendido sin darte cuenta. Por ejemplo, Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff viene de Huff and Puff, que es jadear, que estás agotado. Así que ya sabes por qué esta escuela se caracteriza por ser muy exigente y los alumnos van con la lengua fuera todo el día. They're huffing and puffing.
¿Y esa escuela que se llama Slytherin?
Slytherin, ¿de qué viene esa palabra?
To slither es lo que hace una serpiente.
Claro, por eso en esa escuela los alumnos son capaces de hablar con las serpientes. Y de hecho en el escudo viene una serpiente, tiene lógica. ¿Y qué me dices de Ravenclaw?
Esta tiene mucha chicha. It's very meaty.
Ravenclaw viene de Raven, que significa cuervo, y Claw, que significa garra. Es la garra del cuervo. Y si miras el escudo, ¿qué es lo que hay? Un cuervo con las garras agarrándose. ¿Quién habría dicho que podríamos aprender tantísimo viendo Harry Potter? Sabes muchísimas palabras gracias a Harry Potter. Y no solo a Harry Potter, a películas, cómics, dibujos animados, videojuegos, todo incluido en This Book is the Shit, el tercer libro de Alberto Alonso
y Damián Moya.
No te lo pierdas, así se aprende.
This book really is the shit. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. I've been getting so much feedback. You guys love the book. So many students. You know, after your fifth book, you're like, I hope they still like what I'm doing. I hope I'm improving as a writer. And you guys loved it. So that's good. That's a good sign that many people are happy with their book. This book is the shit. It's the third in the trilogy. So you've got this book is the milk. You've got this book is the remilk, which has been rebranded as this book is the milk too. And then the latest one in the collection, this book is the shit. So you can pick them up at vaughntienda.com or wherever fine books are sold. All right, let's take a look at our spelling bee. We've got Born to Iron Man taking a stab at it. Let's see. Born to Iron Man, the first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one is incorrect. So is the fifth one and the sixth one. So that's 50%, buddy. We're looking for much higher. Good effort, but that's not what we're looking for. So I suggest you all, unless I'll give you another 10, 20 seconds, I suggest you all give it another shot. The good thing, I'm not going to go as fast this time. So I expect you. The first time, okay, if you get it, you're awesome. I don't expect you to get it even. Honestly. It depends. If I haven't had coffee yet, I don't know if I would get it on the first go. So, but the second time, you're expected to get it. I know your level, most of you. So the second time, no excuses. Okay. Born to Iron Man, you still have a couple mistakes in there. I haven't repeated them yet. So what are you basing it on? I don't know what. All right. Well, you got to wait till I repeat them to try again, right? I don't know. I'm confused now. All right. Well, folks, this is round 2. The first one is WILLIAM space MCKINLEY. The next one is PAN-AMERICAN space EXPOSITION. See, I'm taking pauses now. The third one, TEMPLE space MUSIC. The fourth one is BUFFALO, comma, space NEW space YORK. The fifth one is SEPTEMBER space 6, comma, space 1901. And the last one is LEON space CZOLGOSZ. All right. There we go, my amigos. Tough one today, it seems. Parece difícil hoy, eh? Let's see. Chris Valrol taking a stab at it. Let's see how you did over there, Chris. I have faith in you. Let's see. The first one is correct. The second one is correct. The third one is also correct. The fourth one is correct. And the fifth one is you're missing his first name. So we only have the last name there. Good effort, but we're still looking for perfection in this section. All right, let's see. Kubla taking a stab at it. Kubla, the first one is correct. The second one is also correct. The third one is correct. The fourth one is correct. The fifth one is also correct. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks right to me. Give it up for Kubla. Also, Laura. Right at the same minute at 11:18. Great job, Kubla and Laura. Excellent effort. Born to Iron Man and Chris, but you know what we're looking for. So we got to give it up for Kubla and Laura. This is a tough section. This is a really tough section. And today that last name had C's and Z's. But listen to the difference. C suena como sí en español. Z no suena como sí. Z o no? No suena nada como sí. So you gotta pay attention, because I know you guys are like, pero suena igual. No, listen. C, S, Z, Z. My mouth tickles when I say, me hace cosquillas. My mouth tickles when I say the Z thing. When I say the S, it doesn't. So practice that. It's the same sound that you'll find in easy, squeeze, that Z, or as the British call it, they call it Z. You know who Z is for me? A character in Police Academy. Un personaje de la loca Academia de Policía. Yeah, we say Z, A through Z, de A a Z, completo. All right, well, great job so far, my amigos. We're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll see how you do in the second half of today's show. If I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And don't forget, after today's show, you've got the lovely Ximena Holiday, the lovely, talented, amazing Ximena Holiday. You can tell we're friends. Se nota que somos colegis. She's a wonderful person, and you can have her every day for an hour right after this class. It's called Test Your English. and she will test your English and make sure you don't make some of the most common mistakes out there. Also, we have a book that goes along with it, a resource. It's called, you guessed it, Test Your English. You can pick it up at the Von Tienda, vontienda.com, where you can get all kinds of amazing materials. There's something for everybody. What do you need to work on? Vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar stuff, go over the basics, business English. I mean, you name it. We've got you covered. It's all at our online bookshop, vontienda.com. You can also stop by in person. That's right. We'd love to meet you. We've got our open house on the 22nd of September. But if you can't make it that day, you can come another day. Just stop by. If you're in Bilbao, Valladolid, Zaragoza, Barcelona, Valencia, Santander, Vigo, and Madrid. And luckily, I've been to all of those amazing places. He estado en todas. I've been in all those amazing places, my amigos. All right, well, let's kick off the second half of the show with today's Homophones on the Show with No Name.
Homophones, homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's homophones only on the show with no name. And here's where we're going to look at two words that might be a bit tricky. Hopefully, you guys will be able to figure it out. All right, all right. Also, I want to send a shout out right now to Diana. Diana, she says, hi, this is my first time here on this show with this amazing teacher. Diana, thank you so much. You just made my day. Me acabas de hacer el día. Thank you so much for making my day. And I see you're getting a lot of greetings from your fellow classmates, your show with no namers. So Diana, welcome. Welcome, Bullseye. Okay. Well, una Diana is a bullseye. Yeah. My wife didn't find it funny either. Y mi mujer se llama Diana. That's my wife's like, that's not funny. I'm like, well, I translate everything. Like my daughter, mi amiga mine, my friend mine, Mia. I'm like, oh, all right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Just we don't translate names unless we're joking around. All right. So welcome aboard, Diana. And here we go. Here we go, folks. Here are your homophones for today. The first word is something that is not moving. So, in Spanish, it would be estacionado, inmóvil, parado, inerte. So, it makes sense, like an inert gas. No, gases. I remember that from chemistry class, right? So, the first word is something that is not moving. I think of a bike, esos del gimnasio, right? I don't remember what those places look like. Well, I like working out alone. I'm not a let's get together and work out kind of guy. I'm like, no, I need some time to work out my mind at the same time. So something that is not moving. Okay. That's the first word I'm going to give you here. Something that is not moving. It is fixed or unchanging. Okay. The next word is a funny word because we just, my wife and I were just saying this word before. And this is writing materials, okay? It's letter paper. It's stuff. Here, let me give it to you in Spanish. Material de papelería. Papel y sobres de carta. I told you we were just talking about this word with my wife because, well, teníamos que mandar invitaciones, right? my daughter's birthday. She's having 3 parties, by the way. She's got a lot of friends. She's a people person. No, cae bien a la gente. She's got a lot of friends. She's a charmer. So we were talking about, tenemos que pillar papel y sobres de carta o papel fino para cartas, right? It's stuff that you would buy in maybe, no te puedo decir nombre de la tienda porque se dice igual. So I almost gave it to you. Material de oficina puede ser también. So it's the stuff that you use to write a letter. It would be the letter, the paper, the pen, the envelopes, if you have them. You can say envelopes or envelopes. All right. So those are your 2 words. Let's see if you know the words, and also see if you know if the words sound the same or not. Also, I've got to give you guys your Say What soundbite for the 3rd time. Pay close attention, because this one's a doozy. Tiene truquillo.
I'm quite an insecure person. I'm very insecure about the way I look. So, I mean, I'm a musician. I'm not a model. The more insecure I felt, the more I drink. I don't know. And that's my problem.
All right. There we go, my amigos. There we go. That's the 3rd listen. You're going to hear it one more time in the 4th and final part of the show, and hopefully somebody will be able to figure it out. And again, if not, it's okay, because it is one of the harder ones we've looked at throughout the years. All right, let's take a look over here. Kubla says it's and they sound alike. Okay, so those are the correct words, Kubla. Good job. Vero also has the correct words, and she says they're homophones to me. Okay. What about Laura? Laura says the 2 words are and they're homophones. Okay, interesting. So right now it's pretty unanimous, isn't it? Everybody here is saying that these are homophones. Okay. We're going to solve this the way we always do. I'm just going to say the words, and then you're going to know instantly. You'll know right away if they're homophones or not. So the first one, my uncle has a stationary bike, right? My uncle has a stationary bike. Es una bici del gimnasio, estos que no se muevan. A stationary bike, okay? It doesn't move. It's stationary. And after he finishes his workout, he's got to go to buy some stationery for a school project. Well, he's my uncle. Well, yeah, he went back to school. He's getting a master's degree. So after he rides his stationary bike, he's going to go buy some stationery. I'll say it again. After he rides his stationary bike, con A-R-Y, stationary, he's going to buy some stationery, con E-R-Y. And yes, they sound exactly the same. It's very funny because I thought it was the same word when I was a kid, antes de haberlo visto escrito. I'm like, why do they call the bike? Because it has something to do with, it didn't make any sense. Now, it makes sense in Spanish, estacionar, stationary, no está estacionado. It does make sense. So stationery, a stationery store is a place like papeleria where they sell pens and markers and ink, right? And things like that. So the word stationery con A-R-Y, que es algo que no se mueve, and the word stationery, que es productos de papel, con E-R-Y, are pronounced exactly the same. So much so that when little Alberto was 3 or 4 years old, I thought it was the same word. All right, amigos, excellent job in our homophone section. Also, we needed to look at really quickly, we're going to look at the names that we had and the dates in our spelling bee. And the reason I chose this topic today was because today in 1901, eso fue el año que vimos, 1901, U.S. President William McKinley died after being mortally wounded. We looked at that word the other day. A wound es una lesión. Que no nos confundamos con wound. So, vamos a poner esta frase. He wound up being wounded. Parecen, pero no se pronuncian igual. And the date was September 6th, 1901. Nosotros lo que hacemos es ponemos una coma después del 6, después del número. Ok, so September se puede abreviar SEPT, punto, pero como yo te lo deletré entero. So September 6, 1901, that was number 5. That was our date, nuestra fecha. So good job if you got that. Number 1 was William McKinley, the person who was shot, the person who was assassinated. Number 2 was the Pan American Exposition. And the Pan American Exposition is where it took place, where the assassination took place. Okay, so I'm giving you the details here. Okay. Number 3 was Temple Music. Well, the venue, el sitio, was called the Temple of Music. And it was located in Buffalo, New York. No se dice Buffalo en inglés, sino Buffalo, New York. It's upstate. It's casi en Canadá. And also, same thing. I think you do the same thing. Leganés, Madrid, right? You put a comma, or what's another one? Burgos. I think you guys do the same thing. You put a comma between the city or the town and the region. In our case, it's the state, New York. Okay? And the last one, which I think was the toughest one because it had the C's and the Z's in there, and I don't even know if I know how to pronounce it here, is Leon Kolzgolz. And he shot him twice in the abdomen. He died on September 14th, so he didn't die the same day. He died of gangrene that was caused by the wounds. He was the 3rd American president to be assassinated. That's crazy. That's crazy. The 3rd, right after our buddy Abraham Lincoln. And James Garfield was also, so Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. James A. Garfield was assassinated in 1881. And William McKinley was assassinated in 1901. Now, we didn't even mention Kennedy or other attempts. But man, for a country that protects its president, we've had a lot of assassinations. What kind of protection do these guys have? JFK. There's another one with a lot of unanswered questions. But we're not here to talk about conspiracy theories. Not today. We're here to go to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie, only on the Show with No Name. And here's where we learn English from a flick. Una película. Maybe you've seen this flick. Maybe you haven't seen it. It is a classic. I'll give you that. It's a classic. I think, at least in the United States, it was huge. And even the second part, not nearly as much as the first. Wow, I'm going to be quiet now. Let me give you guys the trailer, and we'll see if you guys can figure out the movie in question. When his oldest daughter's wedding... let me go back. With his oldest... Let me go back. With his La tercera. With his oldest daughter's wedding approaching, a father finds himself reluctant to let go. There you go. Ya está. Here comes the bride, now all dressed in white. So with his oldest daughter's wedding approaching, llegando, a father finds himself reluctant. That means he's having difficulty. You say reacio. It's used pretty often in English, this word. He finds himself reluctant to let go. And to let go is soltar, right? It's his oldest daughter. He knows, he's losing her forever. She's getting married. Does this movie ring a bell? I mean, a lot of movies have weddings in them. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. Give it up for Chris Valrol. The flick is Father of the Bride. That's right, Father of the Bride. Was that popular in Spain? Now, there was an original. I didn't know this. This was a remake. The original Father of the Bride came out in 1950. And in fact, the character in this one, played by Steve Martin, the father, his middle name is Stanley, as a wink, un guiño, to Spencer Tracy's character in the original. So, yeah, one of those wedding movies. Steve Martin, he's awesome. I love Steve Martin. And Martin Short, man, what a combo. You get Steve Martin and Martin Short, and you got yourself an amazing, just simply amazing cast there. You don't need anybody else if you've got Martin Short and Steve Martin. It's funny that they're both Martin. Steve Martin Short. You could put them into a hybrid. What's his name? Steve Martin Short. Oh, really? Wow, and so Steve Martin, I love his comic timing. His comic timing. What does that mean? His comic timing means the way he delivers the lines. So the pauses, the way he tells the joke or makes the funny part funny is really great. I guess that's why he's been a comedian for decades, Steve Martin. So I didn't know. That's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that this was a remake on a Spencer Tracy one. Now, this one I know was huge. I just remember my generation, everybody knew about this movie. Everybody. And it came out in 1991. Chris says, thanks. I think it was pretty well known here in Spain. Okay, well, I wasn't too sure, but I know in the States, everybody freaking loved this movie. And it's a funny movie. It's about family. It had all the elements. Great cast, as I just said. Buen reparto. So let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen for you. Okay, it's a monologue by George, Steve Martin's character, the father of the bride. And he says, I used to think a wedding was a simple affair. Un asunto fácil, sencillo. I used to think a wedding was a simple affair. Boy and girl meet, chico y chica se conocen, they fall in love. And remember, it's not they felt in love in pasado, it's they fell in love. Not felt. Fall, fell, fallen. So they fall in love. He buys a ring, se compra un anillo. She buys a dress. They say, I do. That's el sí quiero. I was wrong. That's getting married. Eso es casarse. A wedding is an entirely different proposition. I know. I've just been through one. Acabo de atravesar uno. I've just been through one. Not my own. My daughter's. El de mi hija. My daughter's. Annie Banks Mackenzie. That's her married name. Mackenzie. You fathers will understand. You have a little girl, an adorable little girl, who looks up to you. We looked at to look down on, mirar mal, no? What was the word we said? Estar mal visto. Well, to look up to is admirar. Makes sense. So an adorable little girl who looks up to you, que te admira, and adores you in a way you could never have imagined. And that's true. As a father, I know that. A lot of times, Lara's like, Papi, I'm like, what? What now? Ahora qué? Ahora qué? And she goes, I love you. I'm like, oh. And here I am being impatient. Like, what? And all she wanted to do is tell me how much she loves me. Man, That's one of my. We'll talk tomorrow. Let's talk about things we can improve on. The thing we want to change the most tomorrow in our question of the week. And by the way, if you haven't sent me your answer, you've got a couple hours left. You can send it to my email, Alonso, sin punto, sin guión, sin nada, Alonso. So hay dos A's, Alonso at grupovon.com. And as I said, we've already gotten a few, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. So where were we? All right. I was identifying with Steve's character here. And he says, I remember how her little hand used to fit inside mine, como su pequeña manita cabía en la mía. Then comes the day she wants to get her ears pierced. Un piercing, right? To pierce es perforar. And wants you to drop her off a block before the movie theater. Y quiere que le dejes una manzana antes de donde ha quedado. I don't even want to think about those days. I'm crying already. From that moment on, you're in a constant panic. You worry about her meeting the wrong kind of guy. I'm already worried about that. The kind of guy who only wants one thing. We know what that one thing is. And you know exactly, mira, él dice, and you know exactly what that one thing is. Yo lo he dicho, y él lo ha dicho. Because it's the same thing you wanted when you were that age. Then you stop worrying about her meeting the wrong guy. And you worry about her meeting the right guy. Como decimos en inglés, Mr. Right. Mrs. Right is la idónea, right? We said the other day, if somebody is que vale la pena, it's a keeper. Oh, man, Diana is a keeper. My wife, she's a keeper. Es para casarte con ella, right? Para no dejarle escapar would be another way to say it. And he says, and that's the greatest fear of all. El miedo más grande de todos. Because then you lose her. La pierdes. It was just 6 months it was just 6 months ago that happened here. Just 6 months ago that the storm broke. And in this case, to break is not romperse, sino estallar would be to start, right? The storm broke. So there you go, my amigos, a dad who is talking about losing his little girl because, well, she's going on to the next milestone in her life and she's getting married. And, oh, man, I mean, my daughter's 4 years old, but I'm already like, I hope nobody mistreats her. I hope. And also I'm teaching her too. You have to also show people, right? By your actions, by the way you are, the way you behave, you have to show people how you are willing to be treated. Because if you don't let people mistreat you, they won't. You stop them right away and you're like, no, I don't think so. No. Right? But if you don't, well, people think that they have the right, carte blanche, carta blanca, you say something, to and especially kids. And I know a lot of kids do it. They don't know, they're like, oh, well, we pick on other, is this feo, is this, and I'm like, if anybody ever hurts my daughter, I will go to prison. I have no problem at all quote my words here, mark my words, como decimos. If anybody lays a finger on my daughter, it is curtains. Curtains es la muerte. Que se te cae la cortina. You don't call it cortina, el telón. It's curtains, amigos. And speaking of curtains, we've got to draw the curtain on the third part of today's show. I can't believe it. The good thing is the curtain's coming down really quickly, and it's going to go up in just a moment. When we come back, we still have the fourth and final part of today's show up ahead. And we've got a lot to do. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. So much to do here today, and we've got 26 minutes to make it happen. Don't miss all our awesome afternoon shows. You got the lunchtime show with Rob and Andy, where you'll hear, I can't speak, where you'll hear British banter. No, tampoco es fácil la frase, eh? Where you'll hear British banter, cháchara de la inglesa. That's with Rob and Andy on the lunchtime show. Followed by Tosh Pasqua and Back to Basics. Then you've got Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. The Salad with the multifaceted Dave Boys. And you've got Kyle Miller and Drive Time. And you can start your day with Richard Vaughn and with the Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. You can find all these shows on the Vaughn Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, amigos. Thank you for being amazing students. You guys kick butt. And today's show's tough. I got to be honest. It's a bit tough. The good thing is, since Say What is so tough and the spelling bee was really tough, I think today's Double Trouble is going to be a pleasure cruise.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, amigos. It's Double Trouble only on the show with no name. And here's where we've got a translation, and you've got to use the same word twice. I know you can do it, especially in this one. In fact, I expect most of you who participate on a daily basis to be able to figure this one out. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 2. So that means I want tons of participation here. Si te vas a casar, tienes que llevar corbata puesta, no llevar en la mano. So, si te vas a casar, tienes que llevar corbata puesta. Okay? There's your double trouble. You have to use the same word twice. And in the meantime, let me also give you guys our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. It's really tricky today, but don't worry. We'll take a look at who it is and what's being said at the end of the show. Here's your last chance.
I'm quite an insecure person. I'm very insecure about the way I look. So, I mean, I'm a musician. I'm not a model. The more insecure I felt, the more I drink. I don't know. And that's my problem.
All right. Well, definitely somebody who does not sound anything like me. All right, let's see. Kubla's taking a stab at it. Let's see how much you got, Kubla. The first sentence is, let me take a look at it because I don't remember it exactly. So the first sentence is correct. The second one is, no, and then we get into some trouble there. So I'm a lot so, it's not I'm a lot so, and it's not I'm a mode dope. Nope, the more insecure I fit, the more, okay, so yeah, we got a lot of mistakes in there. A good effort. We'll give you an E for effort, but nope. Yeah, and the last one is not I deny, and that's my problem. So what I've noticed here is This one is probably one of the hardest ones we've ever done. Because Kubla, who usually does a wonderful job in this section, has got like 3 or 4 mistakes in there. Not mistakes, but where he misheard what the person said. So excellent effort, though. We'll see if anybody else wants to take a stab at it, and then we will look at it in just a moment. But let's finish up our double trouble first. We were saying, si te vas a casar, tienes que llevar corbata. So Kubla is the first one to participate, and he says, if you're going to tie the knot, you have to wear a tie. Nice. Another way to say to get married is to tie the knot. Atar el nudo. And the word knot sounds exactly like knot. O sea, quitando la K o con o sin la K suena igual. So, acuérdate de esta frase. I'm not going to tie the knot, right? Lara knows this word. You know how Lara knows the word nudos? No de casarse, no de tie the knot. Y no sabe atar sus cordones. Think about it. How did Lara learn the word knots? Her hair. So I say, oh, no, Lara. Okay, I'm going to brush your hair. Te voy a peinar el pelo. You've got a lot of knots. So she knows the word very well. Unfortunately, poor kid. She's got beautiful hair. It's long hair. Well, she just got a haircut, but it gets knotty. So, hey, how do you learn words? Well, by coming in contact with them, by going through the situations. So to tie the knot means to get married. Let's see. Laura says, if you're going to tie the knot, you have to wear a tie. Great job, Laura. Chris, if you're going to tie the knot, you have to wear a tie. Salva, you are going to tie the erratas. Yo no estoy aquí para corregir erratas. I'm here to correct your English, not typos. Porque esas las puedes cometer en español también, right? Those are just no mirar antes de darle. So, Salva, I expect more. Espero más, right? No podemos tener 2 erratas. Otra cosa es equivocarse y no saber la palabra. Y otra cosa es inventarte una palabra porque no la has mirado. Okay, so there's a difference. Mistakes are allowed. Carelessness is frowned upon here. Mira, usando esto. It's looked down on. Está mal visto lo de descuidar, right? Well, you know, here we've got people who are meticulous. They are thorough. They pay attention to detail. So that's the standard. You got to talk to your classmates if you want to lower it. But I don't see them showing any signs of lowering their standards. Not here, not today, not ever. So great job to everybody who got our double trouble. Wonderful. And now we're going to move on to You're Joking.
Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar.
You're joking.
All right, amigos. That's right. This is You're Joking, where we're going to take a look at some jokes, and we'll see if you guys get the jokes. Now, first things first here. When I found this joke, it said Eskimo, but now I'm told we're not allowed to say Eskimo. Me encanta que van como haciendo una lista de palabras que no se puede decir ahora. I'm like, those are the ones I'm going to say because you don't know me. Tell me to do so. Tell me not to do something. See what happens. So why did the Eskimo, or as they say now, Inuit, I guess that's the name of the people, the Inuits, but de toda la vida, Eskimo. And with no, that's the thing. Like, you can't say Eskimo. I'm like, but there's no bad vibes behind it. I'm not saying you fucking Eskimo motherfucker. No. Saying he's an Eskimo. No, but that's not allowed anymore because I have hate. I'm hateful. Really? I'm hateful? Really? Because I used a word? I don't think so. So that's interesting now. They're like, you can't say Eskimo even though your teachers taught you that word. Oh, okay. All right. So now it's Inuit. Just so you guys know, you don't want to go around there insulting any Eskimos. Oh, I mean, Inuits, whatever. Honestly, I think Eskimo sounds better than Inuit. Inuit sounds like idiot to me. No offense to any Eskimos or Inuits or whatever you want to call yourself. I don't mind. I don't talk about you often enough to have to worry. But I got to tell my students, just so you guys know, some people may be offended by Eskimo. I don't know any Inuits, so I don't really know. But imagine that. You called me an Eskimo. Talk to my fucking teachers, man. They spent 20 years saying Eskimos live in Alaska. And now I can't say that? Come on, man. Get with the program. So, why did the Inuits, okay, why did the Inuit, singular, miss her wedding? Why did the Inuit miss her wedding? Oh, she got cold feet. No. To get cold feet? Well, she lives in the snow, right? So why didn't she get married? She got cold feet. Well, obviously, literally, if your feet are in the snow, then you've got cold feet. Pies fríos. But also, if you've got cold feet, you're scared. You've lost your courage a bit, right? And you're thinking, you get nervous, you get anxious, and you back out of a decision. So it's used a lot in weddings. You know how many people asked me at my wedding, the American ones, you got cold feet? ¿Estás teniendo dudas? ¿Quieres echarte atrás? ¿Le has agarrado miedo? Right? That means to get cold feet. What's the matter? You got cold feet now? Ahora te echas para atrás. ¿Tienes dudas? To get or to have cold feet. That is the expression, and very commonly used in weddings, and usually jokingly, like, hey, John, you got 5 minutes before the organ starts. If you got cold feet, no es tarde. So to have cold feet or to get cold feet. All right, let's see if you get the next one. What was the best part of the wedding? Okay, once they had the wedding, she decided, okay, I'm going to go through with it. And then we went to this wedding, this Inuit wedding. And you know what the best part of the whole wedding was? Easy. The reception. It really took the cake. The reception is the party. And it took the cake. Se llevó la tarta, la palma. Acuérdate de esta frase. Hey, it's a good way to remember it. Their wedding cake took the cake. O sea, es el mejor. Because since wedding cakes are always like these big, elaborate, beautiful things, well, just think of that. Wow, that wedding cake really, that wedding cake really takes the cake. Se lleva la palma. So to take the cake. Anybody getting hungry? Anybody with a sweet tooth? All right. If you were paying attention, you'll get half of this one. La mitad lo pillarás. If you were paying attention in the movie section. What do you call a single tear on your face the day of your wedding? What do you call a single tear on your face the day of your wedding? Easy. I do. I do. No, I do. I do. I do. No. Remember before I said that I do is si quiero? So somebody, do you, Alberto, take this woman through sickness and in health and da-da-da? I do. By the way, there's an FYI episode on weddings where you can learn all this vocabulary, and I tell you about my wedding as well. So I do is yo si quiero, si quiero. And I, ojo, I do es condensación de ojo. You know Mountain Dew? Do, D-E-W, se pronuncia igual que do, hacer. De hecho, the slogan, Mountain Dew's slogan when I was a kid was, do the do, haz el do, do the do. And do is rocío, condensación, right? The thing that forms on your window on a winter morning. So do, and the dew point is punto de condensación, de rocío, the dew point, the temperature at which it turns to do. Okay? So I do a single tear. Okay. Not funny. Not too funny. All right, last one. I got one more for you. What do cannibals do at a wedding? Cannibals. Yeah, people who eat people. That's right. What do cannibals do at a wedding? Easy. They toast the bride and groom. The bride, la novia. The groom, el novio. So you get it? What do cannibals do at a wedding? They toast the bride and groom. To toast es hacer un brindis. A toast to you, my friends, my family. I love you. Thank you for joining us on this joyous occasion. I want to make a toast. But also to toast es poner en la tostadora, tostar. I always mix that one. Because I always say tueste, not toast. Oh man, that's a confusing one for me. But in English, it's clear. To toast the bride and groom, meterles en la tostadora. And to toast es hacerles un brindis. All right, amigos, we're going to move on because it's time for a birthday celebration. It's famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for you. Famous birthdays for me. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Famous birthdays for her. Famous birthdays for everyone on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. It's famous birthdays. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday today. The first person was born in 1971. She's an American actress, director, and producer. She was known for her roles on According to Jim and Nashville. Now, those are two American shows, so I don't know how familiar you are with those TV shows. But her breakthrough performance, I know you're familiar with it, in a movie. She was in the movie Father of the Bride. Not the 1950s one, the 1991. She was nominated for several awards. And also she was in the sequel, Father of the Bride 2. She was also in Tales from the Crypt and, well, many other movies as well. But I think the one that you're going to recognize the most is Father of the Bride, which was today's Name That Movie. And that's really her claim to fame, su razón por ser famosa. She hasn't gone on to do any other thing that has eclipsed that or dwarfed that. That's been her biggest accomplishment as an actress, not as a person. I don't know. Number two, this person was born in 1973. He is one of my favorite rappers ever. One of the pioneers. So now you hear a lot of trap and all this stuff, but this guy was one of the pioneers of rap on the East Coast, because remember, it was East Coast and West Coast. This guy's from Queens, crazy ass Queens, as they call it in New York. And he's known by his stage name. His full name, Nasir bin Olu Dara Jones. So Nasir Jones. But he doesn't use that. Well, he uses a variation of that name, and that is his nickname. He is awesome. If you guys want to hear a great lyricist, an amazing lyricist, because some people rap and like, I'll kill you, motherfucker, everybody. But this person's got a message, and this person's a storyteller. One of the most famous songs the person put out, if you want to give him a listen, is with Lauryn Hill. The song is called If I Ruled the World. Empieza por ahí. It's a great song. There's another one, too. It's very positive for kids. It goes, I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. So he's a rapper with a positive attitude, and he's been there since the beginning. He's an OG, an original gangster from New York, from Queens, and definitely one of my favorites. If you want to listen to a great album, listen to It Was Written, Fue Escrito. And If I Ruled the World is on that album. and it's excellent. Really wonderful, wonderful rapper. One of my faves. And last but not least, she was born in 1983, an English singer, songwriter who passed in 2011. She couldn't beat her demons, the demons which were alcohol and drugs in her case. But her voice belonged to another generation. When you heard her sing, you knew that she was, she must have been from the 20s and just got in a time machine and ended up here. I love her music. I have her album, Back in Black, Back to Black. Back in Black is AC/DC. One little difference there, and we change it. Back in Black, I hit the sack. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winner. She's got all three of them. Give it up for Chris Valrol. And my sister, I was just thinking of you. My sister got the rapper. And in fact, my sister's the one who introduced me to him. My sister said, you got to listen to this rapper. So that's your fault that I love this rapper, by the way. So Chris Valrol got him. It's Kimberly Williams Paisley. The rapper I want you to listen to, if you want to hear one of my favorite rappers, is Nas, N-A-S, Nas, coming from his name, Nasir. And last but not least, Amy Winehouse. And that'll bring us to our Say What soundbite. Today's Say What soundbite was Amy Winehouse. And man, this was a tough one. She said, I'm quite instead of an, but she goes, I'm quite an insecure person. I'm quite an insecure person. She goes, I'm very insecure about how I look. Estoy muy insegura de mi físico. I'm very insecure about how I look. So, I'm a musician, not a model. No soy modelo. Soy música. No soy modelo. I'm a musician, not a model. You guys heard the word mother. She says model. Un modelo. Una modelo. She goes, I'm a musician, not a model. And the more insecure I felt, the more I drink. So, cuanto más insegura me sentía, más bebía. And she goes, I don't know. Kubla, I think you said, I deny it. She said, I don't know. No sé. Dice, I don't know. And that's my problem, because the interviewer, I cut that line out. The interviewer says, and when do you know when you hit that point where you've gone too far with the alcohol and drugs? And she goes, well, I don't know. And that's my problem. Y ahí está mi problema, que no sé dónde está el límite. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You don't even have to say her last name. It's the one and only Amy.
I'm quite an insecure person. I'm very insecure about the way I look. So, I'm a musician. I'm not a model. The more insecure I felt, the more I drink. I don't know. And that's my problem.
All right, folks, time for Name That Lyric.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It's Name That Lyric. And thank you for all the participation. Thanks for having fun. Thanks for playing with us. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. I can't thank you enough, guys, for your energy and your attention. And you want to know something? You want to hear the real truth here? Our energy and our attention is all we have. Think about that. Why are Facebook and Instagram, and they're fighting for our attention, for our eyes, for our ears? So I value your attention and your energy so much. You can put it anywhere, and you're choosing to put it into something positive and learning with me. So I applaud you for that. Thank you. Thank you for making my job so much fun. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you. And we're going to be back tomorrow with more. Let me give you the song. The song is Nas, and it's I Know I Can. And I think you'll recognize it because he samples some classical music. But this song is so positive. It has such a positive message. He's telling children, if you want to do something, you got to work hard, you got to believe it, and then you got to go for it. And I think we need more messages like that in pop culture. So here he is, Nas, or as they call him, Nasty Nas in your area, about to cause mass hysteria. Thank you so much, amigos, and we'll be back tomorrow. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. No, I can. I know I can be what I want to be. Be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. Be, boys and girls, listen up. You can